Today, I'm going to go through how to start collecting payments from applications that you've built on Claude Code. So this could be software applications or templates that you want to sell online, literally anything. I'm going to showcase how you can build the entire landing page and website and host it, then connect Stripe as the billing software to collect these payments and automate the entire process to maybe send them that digital product as well. So by the end of this video, you're going to have an entire store with products with payment links to be able to collect and deliver those products. So for example, this is a template library that I recently created and connected to my personal website here. Jump into the template section, and now we have a big database of all of the templates that I've created on my YouTube channel. You can then click into one of these templates and you'll see right here, there is a buy now button as well as an Apple Pay button, Google Pay, as well as link. And if I went ahead and clicked on buy now, this is going to go ahead and redirect me to a Stripe checkout page, just like this one right here, where we can then obviously go ahead and purchase this product, and the entire delivery of the product as well is fully automated. You'll receive an email with the product to download. And if you wanted to speed up the payment process, once again, Apple Pay as well, you can click into this and it's automatically going to load up this sort of QR code that they have. You can then just scan this with your phone and you're going to be able to do your Apple Pay on your phone immediately. So it's a super seamless checkout. So if you do have anything digital that you want to sell or you want to revamp an existing site that you have, I highly recommend learning this method for getting up a site running and collecting payments. But if you don't have anything digital or physical to sell at the moment, I do think that this is still a good skill set to have. So when you do need to in the future, you do know how to set this all up and have it running pretty quickly. And one of the really big benefits of going down this method is that there's no intermediary taking a cut from our sales as well. So for example, if you wanted to sell these kinds of digital products in the past, it would probably be easiest to do it through something like Gumroad, or if you were doing physical products, you might use Shopify. But these platforms take a percentage fee of your sale on top of any sort of payment processing fees. And of course, that is going to add up to be quite a lot over time. So the fact that we can now head over to Claude Code, get it to spin up a storefront just like this, where we've got these immediate payment buttons available, is pretty amazing. Okay, so diving right into it, this right here is Claude Code. I'm currently using it through Visual Studio Code. You will, of course, need a paid plan for Claude in order to access Claude Code to build this. And if you're yet to sign up for Claude, I've got my own link to Claude at the top of the description and pinned at the top of the comments down below. Once you've signed up for a paid account and you've got access to Claude Code, you can just download Visual Studio Code, add Claude Code as an extension, and it will look very similar to this. Now, very quickly, I got Claude to create sort of a mermaid diagram around the storefront that I just showcased, just to make it super clear on exactly how that system is currently set up and integrated with Stripe. And then we're going to go through step by step from scratch, building up a brand new storefront with that Stripe integration. So it's super clear on how it all works. So right away at the top, customer visits brennanjowett.com/shop, which is a static store on Vercel. So this is currently connected to Vercel, and that is where we're hosting this entire webpage. My entire personal website is hosted on Vercel. So I will come back to this later, of course, when we set up a Vercel account, but this is just for cloud hosting. Because Claude Code is all local, we do need a way to send our code into the cloud to host our application on the internet for people to access, of course, publicly. Then below this, obviously, browse 31 templates. It's $39 each for a template. This is just the development of the site itself. The whole storefront that I went through is all created by Claude Code very easily. And that, once again, is just purely hosted on Vercel at the moment. Then after this, we've obviously got the buy button. That buy button, once again, all connected still into Vercel. But what happens after that is that we have created a couple of API calls off to some areas of Stripe. It's going to go down 2 different pathways depending on how the person has chosen to pay for the product. We've got the checkout, which is that Stripe page that you saw on that initial buy now button. And then for Apple or Google Pay, it is just a separate API to do this. But ultimately, both of these are going to be obviously hitting the Stripe API endpoint when that payment is processed at this point. After this, everything is now happening on Stripe's end. Stripe is processing that payment. It is confirming whether or not that order has gone through or not. And once that has happened, the webhook is going to return some kind of a response back to our website, back to our Vercel application. And we can see here, verify Stripe signature. So that is either they've paid or they haven't paid, valid, invalid. If it is valid, then we're going to go down this process right here. Coming back from that Stripe payment will be some metadata as to the product that was actually purchased. And then we can relate the product that was actually purchased to generate a download link to send off to the user that just made that purchase. Then below this, we're going to be sending them an email via the Resend API, which is just an email platform for developers. The email address being captured from Stripe. And then obviously the customer is going to receive the template download and a video link as well in a nicely formatted email. And here is just a quick screenshot of that email that would get sent out immediately after this, which just says your template is here. Provides them with a zip download link as well as some other information as well. And at this point, the entire process has been gone through. We've got that storefront, collected the payment, found the product that they purchased, and then sent that off in an email for them to have a direct download. So that is pretty much it for setting up that entire storefront. Stripe obviously comes in and helps out quite a bit when it comes to the payment processing. If you were doing some kind of physical product in this sense, obviously it wouldn't just happen immediately. But I suppose what you could do is build some sort of a back-end interface that tracks all of the orders so that you can continuously manage that. And if an order comes through, you can then manually process that and ship it off and then do that whole process as well, of course. But no doubt about it, I'm sure that it is very possible to do that. Okay, so getting started from scratch. Once again, this is Visual Studio Code, and I'm just going to go ahead and create a brand new folder to get started building out this project. Once I've done that, I'm now going to go ahead and click on extensions on the left-hand side and then click into Claude Code for VS Code. And then just go ahead and install this into your instance of Visual Studio Code. I've already done this, so I'll see the Claude logo in the top right. Click into this, and now we can see our Claude agent is now populated. You might see another agent on the right-hand side. This is just the Visual Studio Code Copilot. We can just click out of that. We're not going to be using that agent. On the left-hand side, you'll see this column right here with your folder name at the top. This is where all of our folders and files are going to get populated. So as we tell Claude Code what we would like to have built, all of those files and folders and websites are all going to get populated here for us to view and manage. Very simply, all that I'm going to do is just start off with the basic getting that store web page built out. Hey Claude, can you go ahead and create a quick HTML storefront page to sell some digital templates? We don't need to wire anything up really at the moment. I just want you to create a storefront that sells desktop computer wallpapers. Please make sure to use the front end design skill as well when coming up with how to design this web page. But this is just for a demo, so you can really come up with anything that you'd like in terms of the name of the website, the styling, you can just come up with it. Okay, so I've given Claude a bit of freedom here just to build out a HTML storefront page to add some wallpaper templates for some person to buy. So I'll send this off and we should get back something in just a second. And do note that I also told it to use the front end design skill in order to be able to create this. This is essentially just a more advanced way of getting Claude to design stuff for us, which I highly recommend if you are going to be creating web pages or really anything. If you have yet to install that skill into your computer, it may start to go through an installation process, but because I already have it, it has just triggered it immediately right away. Okay, and here we go. It is now completed. It just went through and did a bunch of work on the web page. As we can see here, a lot of technical jargon, so nothing that we really need to pay attention to. But at the bottom, we can see we've got back that index.html page, which it says it's gone ahead and created some branding and styling around it as well. What we can now do is go to the top left where we see the index.html, right click on this and then do reveal in File Explorer. And now here we go. This is the HTML website that it went ahead and created. I can refresh this and you can see we've got some animations coming through as well. The font I would say is a little bit hard to read, to be honest. Probably would get that updated by telling it to do so, but small change. We can see here we've got quite a bit of styling going on, nice blur at the top here. So a lot of work has been done by that front end design skill that we added in. You're probably familiar with AI being notoriously bad at design, but the front end design skill clearly helping out quite a bit here. And we can see our storefront here as well with the multiple different wallpaper designs. It looks like it's actually created the wallpaper product itself as well, which is cool. And it looks like they've got an add button, click add. It looks like it's also added it to the cart, but it doesn't look like there's any cart functionality at the moment. Clicking this doesn't seem to do anything at the moment. So that is something that we're now going to build out on top of this. But overall, you can see it's pretty easy to get a storefront up and running with Claude. The front end design skill helps out quite a bit as well. Got some filters up here as well. Click on gradient, landscape, abstract, and minimal. And we can see that it is swapping through. So all the features you could expect from any kind of store. Literally tell it to build it. It's going to be able to build it for you. And you can spin up a pretty epic looking storefront in a couple of minutes. Okay, so next point is obviously going to be wiring this up to have some sort of a cart and a checkout and product pages individual, but should be pretty simple to get that going with Claude Code. Hey Claude, can you now continue to build this page? I want individual wallpaper pages so you can click into them and view the product more specifically. I want to have the checkout more completed so you can actually see what's in your cart at the moment. And I do also now want to do a Stripe integration so that you can start to purchase these products through a Stripe page as well, just through a payment button on the website. So I'll go ahead and just send that off. Whenever I'm going to do an integration, I'm normally just going to tell it to set that integration up for me. I'm just going to tell it, build out that Stripe integration. And if it ever needs anything from me, which it will, I'm just going to allow it to tell me what I need to do. So that is just less work on my end. Claude Code will be able to figure out which APIs it needs for different use cases, and it will know exactly what kind of API keys that it needs in order to access all of that as well. Should be able to come back, tell me what I need to find. We'll jump into Stripe to find those keys and then provide it back. Now, one thing that I haven't told it to do at the moment is that we will need to host this page essentially on a public server in order for us to be able to access the Stripe API endpoints, because we can't just do that through a static page on my computer. Hey, Claude, I do want to host this page on Vercel so that it can be publicly accessible. Can you also just make sure to host this all on Vercel? And that should solve the issue with the Stripe connections. Okay, we'll send that off whilst it's still thinking. So you can definitely still talk to Claude whilst it's talking to you as well. And once again, I've just told it to set up Vercel. It should come back and tell me which keys it needs. Or in some cases, it might automatically open up a browser tab for me to authenticate my Vercel account, for example, and then I don't need to even provide it with any keys, just does everything for me. Okay, and that has now completed. I would say it's been about 15 minutes in order to get everything built out. You might see that it has actually been able to access my Vercel account and deploy it directly to a Vercel link. It seems that Claude managed to find my already set up or connected Vercel account on my settings already. So in your case, you will need to go through the setup process for Vercel, of course. It's not going to be automatically logged in. If you have yet to use Vercel or set it up before, it's pretty easy to get it set up and running. But once again, this is purely used to host our applications live on the internet. So you just hit the sign up button right here, sign up for an account. You can do quite a lot with their $0 a month plan. You will be able to build this particular storefront on the free plan. You won't have to upgrade or anything. And once you have set up your account, you just need to tell Claude that you have set up the account. And one thing that it might do is provide you with an authentication link, which will essentially send up a web page for you to immediately log into and connect your Claude Code to Vercel. Or it might ask you for a couple of API keys, and then you'd have to just go and find them in the settings. And then you would just have to provide Claude Code with those keys for it to be able to authenticate and plug itself into this. But once that's done, it's now got full access to it. And you can see here, Stripe demo has already been inserted into here. So it automatically was able to add that Vercel project into my account. And I can go ahead and now visit this link. So this is not locally on my computer anymore. This is the vercel.app webpage that it provided me with. So I can just quickly check that this is updated and it's got everything that I was expecting it to. So we do now have the product page specifically. Looks like it's got a couple of different features on here. I can preview it. I can also add to cart and buy now. So if I click add to cart, got the cart button up here, and now it's actually adding in a cart as well, which is perfect. We'll hit checkout and we'll see here Stripe is not configured. So at the moment, Stripe is not configured. So it has been able to look through the Stripe documentation to understand all of the setup required. And so I really didn't have to do too much from the perspective of setting up and telling it what to use, which is great. Managed to figure that all for me. But what I do need to do is go set up a Stripe account now and provide it with the Stripe secret key, which is what it needs to get access to be able to actually do anything with our account. You will now need to sign up for a Stripe account. If you have yet to hear about Stripe, they're a pretty trustworthy platform when it comes to just capturing payments. You've probably used Stripe many times before, I'm sure. Once you've got your Stripe account set up, you might need to do some verification with who you are and what your business is doing. But once it is approved and you've got access to your main Stripe dashboard, you can then head over to the developers section. And then there's going to be a section for API keys right here. I haven't clicked on it because I don't want to reveal my keys. But under this tab is where you're going to find that Stripe secret key. Once you've got that key, you can come back here and you can see it's provided us with some instructions on how to provide Claude with that key securely. So just follow through with this. Essentially, these are just a couple of terminal commands that we can do without having to give the key to the chat agent. To actually open the terminal, we can go to the top and right click next to the tab for Claude right here, right click and do new terminal. Once we've done that, you'll see this sort of command line terminal pop up. This is where we would then copy this code. We'd paste it in here, and then you just add your Stripe key. You just paste it in as it says right there. Okay, so that is now set up on my end. I've provided it with the key. Now, in my case, I actually provided it with a test key instead of a real key. If you're using the real production environment, I suppose you can actually make a payment to see if it properly works. But if you want to avoid that, you can just go through Stripe's sandbox environment. So you just need to go to dashboard.stripe.com/test/API keys. And then this is just going to take us to that testing environment, copy those keys, and then use that instead. And coming back to our web page, if I click onto our cart, I can see this product here. I can click checkout. You can see that it has now loaded us into that Stripe payment page that we were expecting. We can see this product is $8. You'll see sandbox at the top here. So that is that testing environment. If we provide it with a test key, it will automatically swap it over to a sandbox. And this sandbox allows us to do those fake payments, like I said. So you can see here it's providing me with a demo card to use. So if I come back to the checkout, I can paste in that card detail. I can then provide a random month and year, and then a random CVC as well. And we should be able to then click the pay button with that fake card information added in here, add your email in as well. And there we go. It's actually redirected back to our webpage with the completion of it right here as well. So it looks like we could just download it directly from this page. Doesn't seem to have downloaded. I would assume we'd actually have to tell it to add this as a real file, but we could also now set up the email system to email this off to them if they want to download it later. That whole process is not set up, but that is also quite simple to do. But at the moment, our Stripe checkout is fully ready to go. The next thing that we might want to do is tell it to add that Apple Pay button directly to the product page, which is something that we can do. Hey, Claude, can you quickly add the Apple Pay button directly to the product page for a quick payment? Okay, so after this, it's actually asking me for one more Stripe key, which is the publishable key. We can also find that through that API keys section. Once again, I'm just using a test key, so I've just sent that key through. Doesn't really matter. It's not linked to anything. Okay, and from that, we're now good to go. You can see we've got the Google Pay, we've got the link as well. Apple Pay isn't showing up. I think that's because we're in the testing environment. We actually have to swap over to the real production environment with the production keys in order for Apple Pay to come up here and be working on the page. But you can see from the other web page that I did create, we did manage to get the Apple Pay button working now that it is in that production environment. And so this is pretty much it. We've got the web page created. We've got the full on authentication flow with Stripe to be able to manage these payments and purchase these products. On top of this, you could integrate Resend if you wanted to do emails. Resend is essentially an email tool for developers. So it's just got really good APIs and an MCP server as well. So it's as easy as telling Claude Code, integrate Resend for email sending to deliver these products at the end of the purchase. And then you'll be able to have that system all set up pretty well. So I hope this video has been helpful and that you can start to generate some money through some Claude created applications with this Stripe integration. If you want to learn several different ways that I've been using Claude Code and all the new Claude models, check out this video right here where I go through several different practical ways of using Claude.